And breaking overnight, the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages taken by Hamas are now back in Israel. We'll have more details on the exchange coming up next.
Breaking overnight, Hamas just turned over 4 bodies of Israeli hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. This exchange should complete the first phase of the ceasefire deal. 33 Israeli hostages for nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners, many of those prisoners violent offenders. The handover happened last night to avoid a repeat of previous exchanges. You'll remember some of those exchanges have been wildly condemned by human rights groups and international communities. Joining us right now to discuss this further is Jonathan Schanzer. He is a senior vice president for research at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Jonathan, good morning to you. Thank you for being with us. I want to first hear your thoughts on this latest exchange, now officially ending, or it should end, phase 1. In your opinion, how has this gone?
Well, I think it's gone well enough in order to complete the deal. And I think that's the important thing. The Israeli public has really just been hungry to get these people back, whether they are bodies or whether they are live hostages. This is how the Israeli public needs to heal. This has been obviously a really difficult ordeal for the Israelis. This war has gone on for nearly a year and a half. And it's been a crucial element for the Israeli public just to get these people repatriated in one form or another. I think that the lack of fanfare in Gaza about this last transfer is actually really important here when Israelis see people in Gaza celebrating as coffins are pulled out of the tunnels and then sent back to Israel. This sends the Israeli public into a rage, and you can see what happened when they returned the bodies of those 2 young kids and their mother a few days ago. That did not sit well with the Israelis. It didn't sit well with the international community. So I'm glad this one went quietly, but we're now at a very delicate moment because we're not sure whether phase 2 will take place. This is the intersection where we stand right now, where Israel and Hamas's patrons are all thinking about whether it's time for phase 2 of the war or phase 2 of the hostage deal.
And therein lies the big question, as you just said, because, of course, Israeli people, now that they see the bodies returned, the hostages that were still alive back home safely with their families, to them that is a success. But speaking tactically, from the government's perspective, what are the options on the table? And in your opinion, do you think we're even going to get into phase 2?
Look, my sense is that we're probably not. We may have what the Israelis are now calling phase 1.5, where there could be some kind of an arrangement where additional bodies or actual hostages are released in exchange for either additional prisoners that are being held in Israeli jails for violent crimes, or maybe the release of additional humanitarian assistance, because we are now heading into the month of Ramadan, and the Gaza government is increasingly hated by the people in Gaza. They're really unhappy about the devastation that Hamas's war has brought to the Gaza Strip. So for Hamas to bring in additional assistance, that may actually play well. But at the end of the day, this is overtime, right? We are running out of minutes here. And I think that there is a pretty high likelihood the Israelis don't want to let Hamas reconstitute. They don't want to see Hamas be able to fire rockets into Israel. And we know that they're preparing for that right now. The intelligence, it's open source intelligence at this point that Hamas is getting ready for another round. Hamas doesn't want to cede defeat. Israel doesn't want to cede Hamas the ability to rule Gaza. That puts us at an intersection that almost guarantees additional conflict. What I worry about after that is how many of these other fronts go active again. And there I'm talking, of course, about the Houthis in Yemen, the ballistic missiles that they've been firing. The Iranians have fired ballistic missiles at Israel. They may want to get back into the act. The big difference maker in all of this right now, actually, is that we've got Donald Trump, who's now the president. And I don't think any of Israel's enemies know what he is capable of doing if chaos comes back again to the Middle East. How will our president respond, I think, is the big question that Iran and all of its proxies, they all have to be asking that at this moment.
Well, based on what you just said, it looks like the likelihood for war, another war breaking out, or at least more fighting breaking out, is high. So we will continue to watch this very closely and keep our viewers updated. Jonathan, thank you so much for that insight and your specialized expertise.